Good morning. We are day 59 of 365 days. I think we'll go for today. We've missed a few days. I've not been me. I've had a lot going on personally, which I probably will talk about as time progresses. I'm just not comfortable to speak into it yet, as I'm still digesting everything is probably the right words. But we will start our beautiful morning off with our Luminous Humanist book. Hey Google, what's today's date?
It's Thursday, the 5th of March 2026.
Alright, so let's have a look. March, what a hectic few days you've been. After the aha. Jack Cornfield's book, After the Ecstasy, The Laundry, aptly expresses the essence of what it means to be a spiritual being living in a human experience. This life is full of contrast. As you enter the heavenly realms in your meditation, your stomach gurgles, and you realize it's time to enter the restroom. Just when pure rapture envelops you in its ecstatic embrace, the tax auditor taps at the door. The realization that you are the light of the world is followed by the awareness you've forgotten to pay your light bill. Feel the humble simplicity of awakening to the pleasant being that you are, here to walk step by step upon this earth, integrating your glow into the here and now. When you open yourself up and you feel the light of the universe pouring through you, let it land all the way into the airy-fairy, nitty-gritty of your shabby chic life. Affirmation. I integrate my glow into here and now of my glorious, unruly life. Well, ain't that the bloody truth this morning? Oh, this book is calling. What do we need? I'm not sure what this end chapter is, but I feel like it's all about judgment. So let's go with this. Do not judge so you will not be judged. For in the way you judge, you will be judged. And by your stance of measure, it will be measured to you. Whenever I read the above biblical passage, I am reminded of a similar philosophy in the Buddhist tradition called the law of karma. As many people know, it is the law of cause and effects, often described succinctly in the West as you reap what you sow, or what goes around comes around. It is a wonderful admiration that compels us to examine the consequences of our thoughts, speech, and behavior. Though I'm a Buddhist, I have been deeply influenced by many passages in the Bible. The first time I picked up a Bible for serious study was in college. For my comparative religion class, I learned about history of Christianity and I analyzed various biblical lessons. And soon I began to open my heart to it. I realized that truth is not exclusive property of any one religion. It has a universal quality that allows people of different religions, traditions, to recognize and respect it. About 2 years ago, I had a unique opportunity to visit a rural French village called Taizé in the eastern Burgundy along the elder monks from the Buddhist order. It was an ecumenical Christian Mosanic community where the Mosanic brothers lived according to the Bible. Taizé is famous as a Christian pilgrimage site, each year attracting more than 100,000 young adults from all over the world. The pilgrims usually spend several days in the community while participating in morning, midday, and evening prayers, as well as quiet reflection and small group discussions. I was already familiar with the Tays community's soul-stirring chants and was looking forward to attending their wonderful prayer service. When we arrived at the beautiful Tays, the brothers came out and greeted us warmly. Clad in white robes, they had gentle smiles and a peaceful presence, almost as if they were angels incarnated. Our light grey Mosanic robes looked quite similar to their white ones, and it was as if it was we had become one large family. The brothers gave us a tour of the community, and to officially welcome us, chanted Confetemi Domini, one of the most beautiful songs I've heard in my life. We were invited into their living quarters and had a nice chat, followed by midday prayers in the Church of Reconciliation. The more time we spent in Tayz, the more I could see the similarities to the Buddhist monastic living. The brothers spent hours in silent prayer as a way to turn their attention to God within, not unlike our silent meditation practice. Another similarity was that the brothers wore a ring to signify their vows to God. Monks from my order wore a small incense burn on our left arm when we receive our full precepts. Some may think that life in such a community is repressed, strict, and difficult, but it is not the case. A Masonic life is characterized by simply beauty and unexpected joy. Monks find happiness in things many seem trivial to those who pursue the material trappings of success. Watching the seasons change, the blossoming of the magnolias, the dazzling fall foliage, the first snowfall, bringing considerably joy and gratitude. A simple meal made with fresh ingredients from a nearby mountain is source of great contentment. Because our Masonic brothers are our friends, teachers, and family, we are never lonely. At lunch, we were presented to our complete surprise with kimchi. We were told that our brothers had gathered a few days before our arrival to make them themselves. We were so moved by their hospitality and did not know how to reciprocate. Though we were all from different religions and countries, they welcomed us with consideration and loved. When we left Tayz, we felt a thought we'd just visited our long-lost cousins. I knew we would cherish this bond for the rest of my life. Even now, when I see one of the elder monks who visit Tayz with me, we fondly recall eating with the brothers kimchis with baguettes. How should we consider a different spiritual path? We shall approach it with humility as we are willingness to learn about another tradition. If our faith can be shaken from merely learning about a different tradition, then there was no faith worth keeping. Just as my faith is precise and significant to me, wouldn't it be the same for people of other faiths? Just as my mother is dear and important to me, wouldn't be this the case for my neighbor and his mother? Many people know how to differentiate between the certainties of one's faith and the folly of attacking the other's faiths. May faith never become an egotistical weapon to justify violence. If Jesus, Buddha, and Confucius were all alive and gathered in one place, would they argue over who is right? Or would they respect and admire one another's teachings? Religious conflict can often be blamed not only on the founders of religions, but their fanatical followers. The purpose of religion is to control yourself, not to criticize others. How much am I doing about my anger, attachment, hatred, pride, and jealousy? These are all things we must daily check in with. These are things we must check in our lives daily. If the essence is forgotten, rituals take over. When ritual dominates spiritual practice, our outward appearance becomes more important than our inner experience. For instance, if you meditate in the hope of enlightenment, how long and with whom you meditate is not important as how your practice has changed your heart and your relationships. According to the professor Kang Nam O, the faithful can be divided roughly into two groups: people of surface faith and people of in-depth faith. The surface faith are bounded by spiritual symbols. They often dispute the spiritual symbols of other faiths, and in deep faith, oh my gosh, I can't get any words out. In deep faithfulness understands can we get the right words out? The in-depth faithful understands meanings deeper than the symbols. They can find similar meanings in the symbolism of the diverse spiritual traditions and harmony among such traditions. Heteric is a loaded term. It has been slapped on any belief or practice that does not conform to the dominant spiritual belief of an era. If you are calling a spiritual path heretic, I really can't get words out. I'm so sorry. Remember that what once was considered as such was when it was first started. He who only knows one religion only knows none. Ignorance of other spiritual paths combined with fear can give rise to religious persecutions and violence. Major wisdom traditions around the world teach humility, love, and forbearance. Nothing bad will come from learning about them. You can admire a spiritual leader but never idolize him. Blind faith in a leader can easily reduce you to acting like a child, handing over your power and asking the leader to do things for you. Medicines can be prescribed, but it must be you that takes it. A spiritual leader is a finger pointing at the moon. If a finger attempts to become the moon, it can lead to a grave sin. We must cultivate all three intelligences for our overall health: critical intelligence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence. And if one falls to the wayside, it slows the growth of the other two. If you have developed critical intelligence but neglected emotional intelligence, then you may not be sensitive to the suffering of others. If you have developed emotional intelligence but neglected spiritual intelligence, you may lose hope after seeing the world's suffering. If you have developed spiritual intelligence but neglected critical intelligence, then you may fall victim to the abuse of a cult. Whatever the circumstances, do not feel inferior. Remember that God has created you in His divine image. You are the most precious daughter or son of God. You are also the Buddha, even if you have not realized it yet. You have the same Buddha nature as all Buddhas in the universe. Do not allow anyone to make you feel less than that. Might leave it there. Do not let anyone make you feel less than that. I'm going to place a beautiful bubble of white light energy around my entire energetic field, keeping me safe, grounded and protected from all negative and lower vibrational energies. I am safe. I am exactly where I am meant to be. Everything is always working out for me, best case scenario. And place a beautiful bubble of white light energy around my entire energetic field today. And I allow myself to be recentered, regrounded. I ask that we cleanse and clear away all negative and lower vibrational energies that are not ours, and we return them back to the light with love, with healing, and for clearing. I ask that my guides, my angels, and my loved ones protect me and keep me safe from all lower vibrational energies that I cannot see, hear, feel, smell, taste, touch. And I ask that a golden suit of armor with reflective mirrors is placed around my entire energetic field, so I can reflect those negative energies back to the light. May those around us who feel stuck where they are find the guidance they are needing, the redirection they need to help them move forward freely and confidently. And may we know we're always where we are meant to be. I am going to spend my day grounding and doing the things to come back to myself. I've got a couple of clients in between, which is always a blessing. I'm so grateful. And that's it. I think that's all I got this morning. It's getting warm, so I'm gonna go put the air cons on. Gonna have some breakfast, start the day, wake up, and yeah, do the things that make us feel joyful, right? Have a blessed day, and I will catch you tomorrow for more daily routines and rituals.